Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. It's been a while since we loaded into a game and just had some fun here, but I wanted to talk about this as like a sort of opinion, I guess you could say, about what's up and coming here, and sort of like where I've seen the community's sentiment to that upcoming thing. As you know right now, I don't know, community sentiment from what I've just seen is just negativity. Like genuinely is what the comment section is looking like. That's what Reddit's looking like, Discord and such. Genuinely, the sort of players are like, yes, we have content, we won in that department, but balancing is still at an all-time low. Which, if you play Ultra Rumble, like since launch, I've covered this game for a while now. I'm not gonna say that this is the worst the game has been when it comes to like player base like reacting to it. It's pretty bad though. It's pretty freaking bad. It's not worst, right? I truly think that, in my opinion, Hawks was maybe the worst. Like community-wise, like every comment, dude, I couldn't dodge it. I was like, every comment, go. Hawks, you think they're gonna nerf him? Go. Listen, bud. Why are we playing this game, dude? Right? It's always that case. But I do think that that maybe Hawks era was the worst. But upcoming era, I don't know. It might be up there. Up and coming, one of the bigger releases of the year, or I would say of the last like 6 months, I would say, is Mirio. He's currently the talk of the town. He genuinely is the talk of, oh my god, this is the greatest. Like, if you were to say tuning, right? There are players that like undermine how Mirio will end up. I do think that he's gonna be great. I don't know if he's gonna be busted. Like players are saying like he's like the greatest one in the game. I don't know if that's 100% the case. He has a lot of invulnerability. He has a lot of invincibility. He has a lot of stuff like that. You've seen his skills. Oh yeah, he's up there. What I think the devs might mess up with, or I think what the devs might have been planning this entire time, was making or trying to make that tuning ability that we've seen here. Pretty much, if you think about, like, if you've watched the anime and you know how Overhaul is as a person, Overhaul literally said, like, what's the way to do it, right? Create a problem, right, by taking away everybody's quirks, then sell the cure to their quirks they've taken away. That's like biking right now. They've created a problem where time to kill in this game is horrific, because most of the time you just get obliterated off the bat, where you get, like, full shield guard broken all the way down to, like, half of your stable HP, right? Now, sell the cure, right? Sell the cure, which is pretty much, if you look at it, this tuning ability. Mirio's upcoming tuning ability is selling the cure. They literally, this update, tackled the time to kill. Because again, once the guard breaks now, the time to kill is ignored, right? Pretty much, you're now invincible. Upon guard break, again, yes, if you got hit by a attack like 200 damage, if the core attack is 200 damage, which we're not talking time to kill, we're talking 200 damage core attack, that's different. I found Coda. That's different. 200 core attack will cause you to down if you didn't have 200 core HP. It will crack, and then whatever else the HP damage is, that's the entire thing there. So again, just keep that in mind. It's not an end-all thing, but it's still solving an issue. It's solving the issue of, hey, I'm getting completely wiped by so-and-so's combo. I'm getting held by Shigaraki and getting downed by other things, right? Now, this is what they're curing. This is the thing, right? Oh my god, thanks, props. I'll let him have some too. There we go. My bad. We can split. There you go.
Got it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. For example, to like make my point clear here, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I also played a clip from LFG's video that he showed it off pretty much. How it works is upon guard break. Once guard break occurs, then the damage is nullified, but it doesn't stop something like this. Pretty much for Hawks, for a character like this, for a character like Endeavor, characters that have beam and constant tick damage, no longer can you get beamed. Once a guard break occurs, that is when it stops, and that's when damage will be nullified. But it doesn't nullify everything outside of that. For example, his beta will hit you full charge. If you hit for 125, you are taking 125. What is basically nullified, or not nullified in this case, right, is pretty much something like Kendo. Correct? In Kendo's case over here, if you get hit by the beta on Kendo, Kendo does 200 damage. That 200 damage, regardless of the guard break. Let's say she's right here. Let's say that's where Ochako is. Regardless of where she is, regardless of what is going on here, she is taking that raw 200 damage. There's no stopping that, okay? So again, it's not, there is no preventing this. You still can get hit by 200 damage things. Players will have to now plan their attacks and everything. And remember, characters like, let's say, who would like receive nerfs here? Who would be characters that are hurt here? Characters like Mike, who hits, again, tick damage. When that guard break occurs, no longer can damage be taken. Ochako is now invincible. It doesn't matter. It is now invincible. For example, though, this 54 HP, when it gets 70 HP, you're hitting that 70 HP. Let's say she had 10, right, shield. She gets 10 shield off. right? And still the 60 HP. But here, when it's tick damage, she just gets the first ticks, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, until the guard breaks, okay? So again, you are still getting hit by hardcore attacks. Let's say that Midoriya over here is still, again, in that guard break area. Hit him, the entire attack is still landing. But, again, characters that are Beta's Mike. Beta's Mike, great. Mike's Beta. All Might's Alpha. Endeavor, right? A character you're so annoyed by. He's getting nerfed entirely. Because, again, he's losing this damage. Once that guard break occurs, no longer will the damage be there. It tick damage, any character that has tick damage. So remember, who are you annoyed by right now? Here, you're annoyed by, not Nejire, my bad. You're annoyed by this. What's getting removed? Tick damage. So again, this is entirely leaving. As in, once that guard break occurs, no longer will damage be taken. But again, characters that have, like Kendo, that have that raw hit damage, where the one impact, like again, the best way I can show it to you, instantly, if Kendo's not charging your brain cells right there, this is the one. 200 damage, regardless of what's happening, that's going to hit him. And that's going to crack him, and that's going to push into the white HP. Tick damage is being basically nullified with Mirio, which is good. It is. But it's paywalled. Remember that. Technically speaking, this is going to be one of the more powerful ones, but it's not God tier. So there is that disconnect where, again, players are like, oh, this is going to be God tier. It's going to be annoying, 1 billion%. It's going to change the meta 1 billion%. It's going to be annoying for, like, rapids, healing, all the things that they can do in these things. It's crazy. But it does solve a core issue in the game, which is, like, getting blasted completely with alphas and such. It doesn't solve everything, but it is there, so... They are very smart. You can't say Viking's not. They knew what they implemented. They knew they implemented Amajiki, Endeavor, and all this stuff in the season that has constant tick damage, and then implement the cure afterwards. Is that not God tier thinking? Like, oh, look at this, dude. They know what they're doing. And that's why I want to see how they approach this, because it can be a good thing. The launch, the implementation of Mirio's tuning ability can be a good thing to fix the game. It can also be an utter nightmare. It genuinely can. Mirio himself, I'm not even talking about. Like, that's an entire thing there. But remember, how they've designed his entire, again, ability, for those that don't know, I should have said this earlier, but it's Critical Permeation. You gain temporary invincibility if your guard breaks. The effect ends if you try to attack. This is something that, again, players are always sort of bringing up that, this game has horrific time to kill. This game, you just get obliterated off spawn, whatever. This is giving you the ability to sort of combat those things. The only issue is, yes, you can combat some of it, but you can't, like, with how this game is designed, rapids and such, and things associated, it's a little bit annoying to sort of deal with that. Where you have a rapid, as soon as they pop their guard breaks, they're gone. And then back when you see them as endgame, you crack them again, they're gone again. That's the thing, right? Where some characters, having this tuning ability will become very annoying, and meta-wise and everything-wise, very annoying. Like, again, imagine it. A Monoma, a Froppy, whatever, like a sort of character who's rapid. Imagine every time you confront them, every time you run into them, you're seeing the same thing where you crack them, they escape. You crack them, they escape. You crack them, they heal in front of you. Whatever the thing is, that's there. What I think that, like, literally would solve this is if we find out that the sort of cooldown isn't what it is. Like, right now, I'm apparently hearing that's like maybe 15 to 30 seconds, you get it back right away, which is like horrific. If it is where maybe you don't get it back for like another like 3-4 minutes or 2 minutes, imagine it now plays into the effect of, oh, you just get a second life. Similar to like that one Red Curie tuning, you just get a second life. You get a chance to maybe, hey, I was getting, jumped by everybody. I was getting completely annihilated by this, the changes and everything. I was getting full comboed. And instead of immediately killing the character or killing the player, this is a nice thing. The only issue is you're selling it behind a paywall, right? Like, think about that logically. Oh, we're a paywall, like an ability that, is kind of cool and kind of solves a major issue in the game. That's where the issue comes in. Yes, again, there are those pros, there are those cons. Let me make it clear that, again, depending on sort of the implementation here, there's like genuinely a bunch of different things that they can fix before launching it that would make it a lot more tolerable and such. But remember, we won't know the answer until it comes out. I just hope it comes out well, pretty much, right? Again, we knew since the launch of this game, balanced isn't 100% the thing they go for, but definitely speaking, there are fun sort of characters, there are broken characters, and then there's super broken characters. That's with every game going to be the case here. Obviously, with a game, tied behind a gacha, and PvP and such, and hardcore battle royale, it's gonna have those things. There's no stopping that. But in this case, this is a very smart sort of implementation. It's just a very dumb implementation because, again, it's implemented with a character who's, valued at 2,000 tickets. Which, yes, you knew about this at the start of the season. Yes, players will say you should have saved. Yes, players will say whatever. But it does whatever it is combat sort of an issue.